Stay tuned and let's check out this Marvel Legends celebrating 85 years of Marvel Spider-Man retro card, Venom. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we continue celebrating 85 years of Marvel, this time in the form of a Spider-Man retro card. Another beautiful tribute to that original Toy Biz line in the 90s to accompany the Spider-Man show that is ever so close to my heart. Obviously it has the sticker on to show you it is part of that 10-item summer program. It is the only one we have gotten on the retro card and I'm not mad at it at all, as this has potential to be the best Marvel Legends Venom we currently have available to us. And of course, we will do some comparisons as it is on a familiar body. But first things first, shout out Harry Moore as always with this Toy Biz tribute packaging. Venom has already been on this card, but the previous Venom had all of the animated cell shading. So I do think this one will probably fit better into your overall comic display. But that other one was an exclusive, so maybe this is a second opportunity to just get Venom on this card back. So there he is in the packaging with that sticker on the front, Venom on the side. On the back you get that sort of throwback stencil and a write-up that reads, when Spider-Man breaks free from the alien symbiote, it latches onto the Daily Bugle reporter Eddie Brock, who becomes the supervillain Venom seeking revenge on the web slinger. So, as always, it pains me to open these retro cards up, but I did buy a second one to keep on display. Let's open this. Okay, before we open it up and ruin the card, let me do this comparison really quick as we don't get to do it often. Here we have the original Venom from that Spider-Man Toy Biz line that accompanied the animated series from 1994. And can you believe it, that 30 years later in 2024, we are getting these nice tribute cards that are oh so nostalgic to these original figures. My gateway to all things Marvel was that animated show and this accompanying toy line, so I'm very happy to have these recreations in the modern day. I've been slowly backtracking and picking some of these cards up if I can find them in nice condition, and they are the perfect complementary piece to this new Marvel Legends collection. That's why I buy extras. So that means we can open this one. Now we have our Venom out of the packaging with his few accessories. We get a new interchangeable grinning head, which is different to any previous Venom head we have already gotten. The head packed on the figure is the same from that Amazon free pack, but more on that in a moment. We also get a set of interchangeable hands as well. Let me move them out the way. Let me get the tape measure out. So again, sort of what we've got in the past. He is 7¼ inches in height. So obviously bigger than your average Marvel Legend, as he should be. But this is essentially, let's say 80 to 90% the same as the Venom that came in that Amazon free pack with Agony and Riot. And you can probably see that from the side to side. Their tongues are slightly different in colour, but the main difference is all in the torso. So let me break it down. Now, the first time this body was used in the Legends line was actually Omega Red. It was a bigger, chunkier body with a deep butterfly joint. It was actually a great choice for Venom. The problem is Omega Red had these shoulder pads that needed to be plugged in. So when they eventually gave us Venom on this new body in the animated series, they didn't actually fill in the holes on the shoulder, which was a criticism of this figure. They just left the gaping holes. So when they gave us this version of Venom without the cell shading over here, they just filled in the holes with these little tentacle pieces sticking out. That was their solution. They also gave us some new heads, and this came in the free pack from Amazon, as I mentioned. Well, this version here utilizes most of the same parts, but we have a new torso piece. Here, you've got the swivel at the waist and an ab crunch. Here, you've got the swivel at the diaphragm with the diaphragm cut ball joint, as well as the crunch a little bit further down on the waist. So let's have a look. So this is the old Venom. We crunch him forward. That is what you get forward, and that is what you get back. Okay, so you just get the ab crunch, which is fine. Over here, you get the swivel now at the diaphragm instead of the waist, and then the crunch at the waist as well. So if you utilize both of them, you can get him leaning a little bit more forward than the previous Venom could. Only a little bit more, but again, that tiny bit, that looks like a weird pose. I apologise, maybe I should do that. This is turned into a weird video, but you know what I mean. Like the crunch forward is obviously more on the new one. Even going backwards, it's a little bit more as well. It doesn't mean it's a little bit gappy on the front, but they did paint in the design on the front and on the back, even in the gap. So again, we can forgive that. This is also a nice crispy white compared to the sort of more milky white we got over here. They've clearly added some more layers of white paint maybe. But other than that, so apart from that torso change, it is the same figure, the same arms with the pins, with the sort of veins sculpted on the forearms, the same hands, same double pinned knees and ankle pivot, same boots, etc., shoes, whatever you call them on Venom. So yeah, it is the same figure with the torso upgrade, even the same head. The tongues are obviously a different colour, but it is the same sculpted head. It would have been nice to see it pinless, really utilising what Marvel Legends can give us now. But again, it's an all-black character, so that doesn't really matter. That is a tiny nitpick. But they have slightly upgraded it. But is it an upgrade to justify buying him again? That is for you to decide. Does that new articulation scheme really mean more to you? Because if it does, the upgrade option is there. Of course, you don't have to get it. But the other one is completely fine as well, at least from my perspective. Let me throw him on the rotating base. I'm not too sure if that's going to show off the subtle differences between each one of these. But here we have our evolution of Marvel Legends Venom on this base body, starting off with the cel-shaded animated retro card version. Then we've got the Amazon free pack version in the middle. And then today we have our 85th anniversary version that also goes on the Toy Biz tribute packaging. So 3 different Venoms. Okay, stop spinning around. Here we have them back on the table so you can see all 3 of them utilizing that same base body with the subtle differences between all 3 of them. Again, each one of these will look great as a Venom in your display. It just goes down to personal preference, and to be honest, it's just another opportunity for someone to add Venom to their collection, because remember, this one's single packed, this one came in a free pack, and this one was an exclusive. So each one of these has been a different style of release, so maybe not everyone had the opportunity to get them at the time. So again, keeping out a character like this in the main line is not a bad thing. So now those comparisons are out the way, let's just take a quick closer look at this figure. So once again, we have already seen this head sculpt, very nicely done with the teeth painted, the tongue sticking out and sculpted all the way around. No bendy wire in that tongue, that is sort of molded in that sort of pose. But again, very nice head sculpt for Venom. The unique thing about this release is it comes with a different head, and I really like this more classic leaning grinning Venom pose with the tongue in the mouth and just the gritted teeth. But again, they are sculpted, painted nicely with the sort of gums around the outside. You've still got the big white eyes that are sort of sculpted and embedded in the head sculpt. But again, really nice silhouette this guy cuts, definitely more classic leaning like I mentioned. So you do have your choice between the 2 head sculpts. Again, both of them are on a dumbbell as well, so you do get a bit of nice range on the head. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what head sculpt are you going to decide for this figure? You're going to stick with that classic sort of grin, or you're going to go back to the big tongue sticking out? Let's keep the grinning head on for one last closer look at this figure. So again, updated articulation. You've got the spider emblem on the front, spider emblem on the back. I really like how the spider design ends just before the butterfly joint kicks in, so you can still utilize that deep butterfly joint without breaking up the design of the spider on the front. Very nice touch. You also get your tilt here at this new diaphragm ball joint with your swivel and wiggle, all of that with the crunch as I've showed you. Down to the legs, same old articulation with the cut at the sort of thigh. The legs will go out that far. Double jointed knee. Will he kick his own ass? He can sort of kick his own back. It's not too bad. Ankle pivot and rocker, of course. And again, these hands or these arms do have like sculpted sort of veiny lines on the forearms, and we have seen these hands already before. You get 2 sort of grabby sort of claw hands, but we do get a set of fisted hands as well, as we know Venom is not scared to get into some fisticuffs. So yeah, these are the same accessories we have seen with the previous Venom. again, just with the slightly new head. For anyone curious, if you did want to use any of the previous accessories that came in the free pack, like this partly transforming Eddie Brock head, which is very nice, of course, this will still fit onto the ball joint, so you can use that on this new torso. I also went digging in the box and found this fully unmasked Eddie Brock head with those big bushy eyebrows. Now this head is better suited on the sort of original Venom body we got, but it will fit on this peg, not a problem at all, and you could display it like that if you wish. Continuing with Venom comparisons, here we have a couple of other body types they've used for Eddie Brock in this Marvel Legends line. With the original one, we got a couple of times. One came with that Eddie Brock head I've just showed you, but this one we got twice before they sort of give us anything different. This is the version that came with those giant wings in that Null sort of 2-pack I've just taken out of the wings, but this was also sort of a modified version of the movie Venom body, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that is the Null 2-pack winged Venom without the wings. I do think that this new Venom we've gotten today is probably proportionately, at least in my mind's eye, the best looking comic Venom we have. Some more Venom symbiote style comparisons and different body types. Of course, we have the monster Venom that was once a Build-A-Figure, but this was the single release, which is a little bit more blackish than purple, so I like that. Some nice blue tones to it. Again, bigger monster Venom. Then we have the sort of OG black suit Spider-Man. This is the pizza Spider-Man body. We have got the cel shaded version on a pinless body, but I'm thinking we are going to get a new black suit Spider-Man on that rumored Secret Wars wave. That would make a lot of sense, Hasbro. And of course, we needed to see the seed of Venom, which is Carnage. So here we have the VHS 2-pack version, which is more animated in style. And then we have the Absolute Carnage version, which has all of that symbiote sort of sculpted detail over him. Probably the best sort of body we have for Carnage in the comic line. But depending on your frame of reference, there's a couple of options. Here we have Spider-Man, and arguably the community's two favourites with the 60th anniversary and the Renew Your Vows. Everyone seems to have a preference on which one they prefer. Let me know in the comments which one you do. I definitely lean towards more the Renew Your Vows body, but I know a lot of people love the 60th, so that's both of them compared to Venom. Here we have two random villains, which I have no doubts Sony are going to ruin with their new live-action movie, but it is of course Kraven and Rhino. Just for some different Marvel Legend body types, here we have the new Black Widow and Vulcan, and wrapping up with some of the Who crew, we've got Frogman, Tigra and Hydra Bob, and last but not least, we've got Captain Britain and Hal Fire Hank. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legends celebrating 85 years of Marvel Spider-Man retro carded Venom. Now remember, if you are in the US, this is unfortunately a Walmart exclusive. In the UK, it's not an exclusive. It's available in all the places you buy your Marvel Legends. But if you're in the US, do not hesitate on this guy. I believe it may be online only. So get yourself to walmart.com and hopefully you can get yours, because it is a very nice Venom. Arguably, possibly the best sort of comic Venom in this particular representation. Again, they could upgrade it even further with a little bit more articulation, give us the pinless tech, more accessories, but right now, no doubts that this is a great action figure and a great looking Venom for your collection. And if you missed out on that free pack or just didn't want Agony and Riot, then here you go. This is that same Venom, single packed. Go and get it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like always, if they were going to upgrade this again, what is the change that you are looking for on a Venom figure? I'm very, very curious. Always going to read your comments. Let me know. But as always, if you like Marvel Legends, then wow, you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlist, but most importantly, please hit that subscribe button. Hit all on the notification bell. Don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button. Become a channel member. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Honestly, join the channel, beyond the channel. It is so simple. Follow me on Instagram, it's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, but I would of course see you on the next one.